5-story central hallway apartment house, fully involved at 505 Grand Street. High intensity with smoke and fire showing on the first and second floors.
Whew. Sleep. Need sleep.
Oh, poor baby. Show me where it hurts. Oh. There, too. Better?
That's a start. On top of working a double, I just finished assisting Monica in a major arterial bypass.
Oh, how's the patient?
Should make a complete recovery, and if I do say so myself, I was awesome in there.
Oh, well, sounds like somebody scored big points with Dr. Courtney.
Let's just say I wouldn't start celebrating a victory just yet, young lady.
Well, just letting my laundry pile up so you could spend your day off doing it count as celebrating?
Well, for the day off I have in mind, you won't need clean clothes. In fact, you won't need any clothes at all.
Oh. I'm on a dinner break. Care to join me?
Yes, but I can't. I'm on call. I've got just enough time to take a shower and a quick nap before rounds. Whew, make that a cold shower.
Okay. Are you gonna shower with your clothes on?
No, but if I take these off out there, I'll never be able to resist you. Or you, me. What happened to dinner?
I changed my mind. It's a woman's prerogative, you know.
Any idea what a man's prerogative might be?
No, but I have a feeling you're going to show me.
Yeah, right.
Oh, you look wiped.
And the night is far from over. You're here late, too.
Well, they had an emergency in the psych ward, and I was just on my way to my office to make some notes.
Oh, I tried calling you the other night to go over the list of candidates for chief resident, and your line was disconnected. And there was no forwarding number. Livy, it's your mother.
Yeah, well, I was getting my fair dose of late-night crank phone calls, so I had to change the number.
Well, it doesn't make any difference. Just make sure that GH has the information on their staff database.
Yeah, I'll do that. You know, I have a moment now, if you wanted to talk about the chief resident position.
Well, yes, I would.
Where do you want to start?
Dr. Scanlon, at the interviews, it seemed like you were dismissing him altogether from the running.
Well, his altercations do have me a bit concerned. But I promise you this. I will give Joe a fair shake. Oh, this is not happening.
No, wait a second, Eve. Don't jump to conclusions.
Well, Kevin, there's only one place to jump here.
No, it's not what you think,
Oh,
Scott.
Lucy,
it's not...
Lucy, what? Do I look like an idiot to you?
Please, let me just explain.
What's to explain? We have a little fight, and then you bunny run over here and jump in bed with your ex-boyfriend here. It's clear to me. Is it clear to you, Eve?
Kevin, how can you possibly do this to me?
Come on, that's very simple. These two have never gotten over each other.
Listen to me. I never meant for this to happen. We had that horrible fight about the phone call, and I was so upset. And then I happened to run into Kevin, and
She was in tears. I was just trying to be a friend.
You couldn't just give her a shoulder to cry on? You had to throw yourself into it?
Eve, you really do not understand.
That's right. I don't understand. I trusted you.
No, Eve.
Wait a second.
Eve, wait. No, just get out of my way. Eve!
Mr. David Bordiso, this is great for you, isn't it? You planned this. You wanted them to find us here, didn't you?
I wish I could take credit for this. But you earned this little surprise party all by yourself.
Scott, don't you see what he's trying to do here? He wanted you to find us so we would break up. He wants us to break up.
Lucy, I hired some new guys. After that phone call you had with Bordiso, I had you tailed.
There was no phone call. I keep telling you it didn't happen.
What now, Baldwin? You're running out of excuses for Lucy's infidelities.
Why don't you drop dead?
That taste in your mouth, Scott, you know what that is? It's betrayal. It sours the soul. Makes you want to destroy. Doesn't it? I want to know every word that's said in that room.
A medical group's been set up on the east side of the building. We have mass casualty injuries and trapped victims on the west and south sides of the structure. Requesting an additional 5 rescue ambulances to transport to General Hospital.
Multiple victims from an apartment fire coming in. Page all available doctors to ER staff.
It's me, ER. Guess you're gonna have to finish without me. You couldn't handle much more anyway.
That's so.
Oh, I forgot. I'm dealing with Super Doctor.
Able to pull double shifts in a single bound. But as long as we've been interrupted, I guess I'll just refuel my superpowers.
Oh, well, you are so lucky that you didn't get paged.
Yeah, I might get a whole 20 minutes of sleep before I get the next call, huh?
Well, dream of me, okay?
All right.
That went like clockwork, didn't it? Did you see the look on Deevy's face? And you were absolutely incredible.
Yeah, well, it's not that hard to look angry considering I didn't expect to see you get in bed with Lucy naked. Whose idea was that anyway?
Davey was about to bust in on us. Going all the way just seemed like the best shot we had at selling this idea that Scott and Lucy broke up.
Well, just as long as you didn't go all the way.
You mean the steam coming out of your ears was real? You ready for Act 2?
Davey. Okay. You disgust me. When Scott told me that his private investigator saw you and Lucy going into a hotel room together, I defended you. I didn't believe it. I said, there's no way Kevin would ever cheat on me. He's not like that.
I'm sorry.
Were you that unhappy with our relationship?
No, I don't know why I did it.
Do you still have feelings for her?
Lucy was upset.
So what am I supposed to do now? Tell you that I understand? That I forgive you for destroying every ounce of faith I ever had in you?
Eve.
Don't touch me.
Can we just go home and talk about this in private?
I don't have a home with you anymore.
What's to believe here, you know? I mean, there you are, right in bed with your ex-fiancé. Did you have to be naked in bed, Lucy?
I expect you to believe that you drove me into his arms. That's what happened. You know, what did you think we were going to do? TV was on his way up. We had to hurry up and think of something.
Well, you could have just been kissing with your clothes on, for crying out loud. Oh, it's my fault. It's my fault here that I drove you to this cheating. Is that what you're saying?
You know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say here that if you think I'm cheating, then I'm going to do it for real. Scott, come on, Dave, he bought it. He bought it. Did you see the look on his face? He bought it.
Yeah, well, I just about bought it, too, here.
What?
Admit it. You're still in love with the guy.
Which guy? DV? Or am I in love with Kevin? Is that what you're saying here that I want? I'll just take both of them then.
Oh, take your pick, then, Lucy.
What about our family, Scott, our future, our children?
That's over. That's out. Forget that.
Wait a minute. We can get through this. We can work this out.
No, we can't. It's over. Goodbye.
Wait, Scott, wait. Shh. What?
Hey, Joe, get up. Get up. Dr. Quartermain's looking for you. Come on, get up. I just found out they've been trying to page you. I was in
Joe. Well, there you are.
Hey, what's going on?
That's what I would like to know.
Well, I was just catching up on some Z's.
When an emergency comes in, we need every doctor on hand.
Well, I would have been there if I'd known. No one paged me.
Is something wrong with your pager?
No, it works fine.
Is there a problem, Joe?
It's turned off.
You're on call and your pager is turned off?
Well, no, I would never do that. I leave this thing on even when I'm not on call.
Well, someone did, and you just said you keep it with you all the time.
Yeah, except when I'm taking a shower or something like that. Anyway, I left it right where I could hear it, and I made sure I turned the volume all the way up.
Maybe you thought you did, when in fact you accidentally turned it off.
No, I'm more careful than that.
You made a mistake, Joe. Being able to admit to that is a plus in my book.
So, where would you like to celebrate when you get elected chief resident? Because after the way Monica was grilling me, your chances of getting the vote just got a whole lot better.
Oh, do I hear defeat, Doctor?
Well, this glitch with my pager could cost me the job, yeah.
Lousy way to win a bet. Let's just call the whole thing
No.
off.
You just keep adding to that monster list of yours, and your wish will be my command.
Well, I have to admit, our shower did give me some ideas.
Want me to wash your hair, wash your back?
My shower. It could use a good scrubbing. You know, I'll stock up on cleansers and sponges for you, okay?
Hello?
Hey, it's the, Scarlet Woman. In your opinion, how did you think we did?
Well, I think if seeing us together doesn't convince DV that you and Scott are through, I guess I just don't know what will.
It almost convinced Scott. How's Eve?
Well, I caught up to her in the lobby.
DV caught every second of it, thankfully. And I know what you mean. I know this is an act, but...
Yeah, I do know. I had to say some pretty horrible things to Scott. We said them to each other, and I just, for a minute there, didn't know really what was real and what wasn't.
Just keep reminding yourself that it isn't real.
Well, I just wish I was home. You know, I hate being in this big old hotel room all by my little lonesome staring at the walls.
Yeah, it's hard for me to remember the last time I was completely alone, too.
Hey, I know that this is for a good cause. We want to get rid of DV once and for all. I just absolutely hate this.
Just hang in there. It'll be worth it in the end. Good night, Lucy.
Good night, Doc.
Eve, what are you doing? Come in here's a risk.
It's about time you turned off the lights. Honey, I just wanted to see you. Okay. All right, I confess. It really bothered me that the last person you were in bed with was Lucy.
The truth comes out.
Yes, I wanted to erase the image of a naked Lucy from your memory.
Really?
Yes.
Just how do you propose to do that?
Is this a challenge?
You think you're up to it?
Just watch me. Hey, buy a girl a drink?
Listen, I'm not, really in the mood for company.
Oh. Well, then how about if I buy the guy a drink, huh? Can we get another one, please? So, this mood you're in, does it have anything to do with David Bordiso?
Now, why would you ask that?
Well, after your confrontation at the cabin, I can only imagine the aftershocks you might be experiencing.
You don't know the half of it.
Well, why don't you tell me the whole?
Well, because right now, I need to be alone. Okay? Some other time. Catch you later.
Well, you were right. He was exactly where you said he'd be.
He certainly is predictable, isn't he? Did he say anything?
Oh, what? About the foul mood that he's in? No, but I'm sure those projections you put in his mind about you and Lucy didn't help his mood any.
I sense that you still disapprove of my actions.
I don't condone you using the project for your own personal vendettas.
Oh, we all have our personal agendas, Doctor, don't we?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Does the name Julie Devlin ring a bell?
Julie is a patient. That's purely professional.
If that were the case, I don't think you'd be so driven to get her out of Ferncliff.
I never stop until I get what I want.
Then, knowing the status of Baldwin's love life should be a priority. It will, no doubt, affect your case in the long run.
I really don't care if Scott ends up with Lucy or not. I'm going to get everything that I need to out of him. And I'm going to thoroughly enjoy getting it.
18 hours straight. Made up these schedules, huh?
Yeah, well, they explained no sleep in med school. You knew what you were getting into, Ramsey.
Yeah, well, doesn't mean I have to like it. You going somewhere?
Double shifts. And, you know, I get a little grimy sometimes. I like to have a change of clothes around.
Looks like several changes.
Women, we love choices. Gotta have choices all the time.
You're a regular Lucy Co.
You had to bring her up, did you?
Whoa. What's with the outburst over Kevin's ex?
There's no outburst. What are you talking about?
Hi. Chris Ramsey. Remember me? You want to tell me what's going on?
Okay, you ready to say I told you so?
I love I told you so's.
Great. Get ready to hoist the victory flag. Wallow in your own...
Enough with the suspense. What gives?
I moved out of the lighthouse.
You and Kevin broke up?
Seems like it.
Thank you. Julie, ready for our session?
I've been ready for hours.
Whoa, if I'd have known that, I would have come earlier.
Well, you're here now, so let's get started.
Excitement. I like that. First off, we have got to get the psychiatrist who declared you incompetent on our side.
Dr. Davis.
Yes, he's got some pretty strong opinions about you.
And I am determined to change them. He has to find me able to stand trial.
He will.
And the sooner I'm acquitted, the sooner Chris and I can start our life together.
You know, I like that. I like the sound of that much better than the last time I was here.
Speaking of which, I owe you an apology.
For what?
I pushed you into telling me about your mom. It was obviously painful for you, loving someone so much and having them taken in such a tragic way. I should have been more sensitive.
It is difficult for me to talk about my mother, but I told you you could ask anything, so the subject was fair game.
Well, I know therapists don't usually discuss their personal lives with patients, but I'm glad you broke the rule. It feels like we're closer now because I saw you vulnerable.
You're right. The patient-therapist borders might have been brought down a bit.
You're more Rachel now, not just Dr. Locke shrink to the mentally challenged.
Well, I'm glad you see it that way. Because I would really like you to adjust the way you view me.
Adjust how?
I'd like you to see me as more of your mother. Fortunately, in therapy, you can allow yourself to get into a relationship where you're dependent on your doctor.
So you'd be a substitute parent?
Julie, I would never try to be your mother. More like the mother you didn't have.
Well, Mom and I don't get along so great now. But she was okay when I was younger.
Well, you know what? Let's talk more about that. Let's explore the relationship that the two of you used to have.
Let's do it.
Okay, we're going to start out easy, all right? Slowly, with your father. I know that you were always striving to please him.
I wanted him to pay attention to me, but he was usually too busy.
Well, that couldn't have felt very good.
Pretty easy call there.
And your mother?
What about her?
Well, she certainly didn't stand behind you during this whole Greg Cooper brainwashing mess.
No. But I have to give her a little more credit than my dad. At least she was involved in my life while I was growing up.
Looking back, what is your best memory that you shared with your mother?
Shopping. Buying a lot of clothes.
Well, that had to be fun, picking out all kinds of pretty dresses.
No, she did most of the picking. I wanted cool in things like the other girls were wearing, and she wanted me to have more traditional clothes. Timeless young lady attire, she called them. She, laid out my outfits for me every morning before school.
Did you ever wish that you could pick what you wanted to wear yourself?
Mom did a better job. She wanted me to look nice.
Julie, do you really think that your choices would have been that bad?
I don't know. I never really thought about it.
Isn't part of learning what's right and wrong making your own decisions?
Maybe. But I always believed Mom's way was the right way.
Okay, looking back, do you still feel that way?
I guess so.
There was nothing. Nothing. I mean, there had to be one thing that your mother did that wasn't quite right. Okay, right there. Right there. What are you thinking about right now?
The dark. My mom wasn't right about that.
Tell me.
It terrified me. And I begged my mother for a nightlight, but she insisted there was nothing to be afraid of.
The dark is a common fear among children.
Oh, well, she said it was ridiculous.
So your mother, she ignored your fear and told you what your feelings should be. She was trying to take control of you, and that was wrong. It was very wrong.
Maybe my mother wasn't so perfect after all.
Your mother never allowed you to grow into the person that you wanted to be, that you were meant to be. No, your mother, she took control of you. She molded you into the person that she wanted you to become.
You really understand me, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
I was supposed to meet Kevin at the PC Grill. But I was late because I was working. When I got there, Scott found me and told me that he had seen Kevin and Lucy go into a room together. So Scott and I went up to that room, and that's where we found Kevin and Lucy in bed together.
Are you okay?
My pride is wounded. My heart's broken. But sure, I'm fine.
Look, Kevin's an idiot.
Yeah, I guess.
And so is Lucy.
Well, Lucy is Lucy.
She and Scott are trying to adopt a baby. Hey, what could she be thinking? Wait, that's easy. Lucy only thinks about herself.
So what else is new, huh?
Wonder how long they've been fooling around.
Oh, I think it was just that one time.
But you said Scott was trailing Lucy. He must have suspected something.
Well, I don't know what Lucy's been up to. But Kevin promised me that it was just the one time only. That was it.
And you bought that?
Kevin was at the grill. He ran into Lucy, who had just had a big argument with Scott. So Kevin offered her his shoulder to cry on as a friend. One thing led to another. And go ahead, rub it in. I know you want to. You've been warning me about Kevin forever, saying that he's still hung up on Lucy, so go ahead, rub it in.
I'm not gonna rub in anything.
Why not? Are you sick or something?
I'm not gonna gloat. You're hurting. And you're my friend.
Thanks.
Look, the only reason I warned you about Kevin in the first place was because I was afraid something like this might happen.
Yeah, well, hearts get broken every day.
Not yours. Look, I know what it's like to see someone you really care about in another person's arms.
Stinks.
What was Kevin thinking? I mean, cheating on you? God, I should just punch him in the face next time I see him.
You gotta watch out for those brilliant surgical hands of yours.
Well, that's true. I do have my patients to think about. Not to mention the loss of income.
The ever-dedicated and practical Chris Ramsey. Yes, there we go. Can't tell you what it means to me that you want to. Especially after the way I blasted you for marrying Julie.
Well, I guess it just goes to show who the bigger person is. Me. But we already knew that.
Absolutely.
So what are you going to do now?
I can't think about what Kevin's done to me all in a day. I need some time to think about it, you know?
Yeah, well, don't even think about going back to him, because that would be the biggest mistake of your life.
Would you like some more tea? Oh, still working on this one, thanks.
You thinking about your mother?
I just can't get over how mistaken I was.
Control and love. A lot of people get them confused, Julie.
She had such high expectations for me, and I fell way short.
No, but you know what? Those expectations, they were hers. They weren't yours. What about you? You can still have everything.
Oh, so I'm not a lost cause?
No, you're far from it. We're going to prove to everyone what a valuable person you really are. And we're going to start by getting you acquitted of these murders.
The dream is getting closer, isn't it?
You know what you learned today about your relationship with your mother? It's really going to move us toward making your release a reality.
Haven't heard of the "my mommy never let me pick out my clothes" defense.
You were taught to mistake control for love. I mean, don't you see? Greg Cooper, he used the same tactics on you that your mother did. He made you believe that everything he did for you was out of love, when in reality, he was molding you so that he could take control of your mind.
I was never allowed to be my own person growing up. And Greg was able to tap into that and convince me that I committed the murders.
Well, he was the king of head games.
Cooper's intention is so clear to me now. I'll tell the court everything he did to manipulate me.
Yeah, well, what you're going to have to do is convince the court-appointed psychiatrist that you're ready to stand trial, Julie. Now, you can do that. I know you can do that.
I want to be the person you describe. Strong, self-reliant.
I'm going to help you, okay? I'm going to teach you how to use your strengths to overcome your vulnerabilities.
No one has ever treated me the way you do. It's as if a part of you is inside of me, struggling with me, fighting the same battles I am.
If I understand your inner struggles, it's only because I know of people who have had similar demons.
Well, whatever the reason, I'm lucky I found you.
You know, I'm really glad that we've had this breakthrough. And not only for you, but for the other people it's going to benefit.
Like my cute hubby.
Like your cute hubby.
Mm.
And any cute little babies you might decide to have.
I wouldn't hate the idea of having kids with Chris.
And when you do, I bet you won't treat your daughter the same way your mother treated you.
Never. My daughter's life will be different. I won't spoil her with material things. She'll have love, attention, support, and choices. She'll learn to choose.
Sounds like you'd like to have a daughter badly.
Yeah, I do. And someday I'll have one.
Well, this has been an incredible session. I'll tell you that. But before I go, I wanted to give you my new phone number. I had to change it because of crank calls.
Never know when a wacko ex-patient might call.
Julie, I'm here for you. Anytime. Anytime, day or night.
Thanks.
Well, I would like to give you one little homework assignment.
Oh, well, should I expect a pop quiz?
I want you to tell yourself that you're your own person that can make her own choices. And I want you to repeat that over and over and over again until you really believe it, Julie, because you've got to believe that.
I'll try.
Okay.
Kevin is not a monster.
What would you call him, then?
Someone who made a mistake.
Come on, you're acting like he left dirty clothes out or he lost his keys.
Well, that doesn't make him a horrible person.
I don't believe this. Am I smelling forgiveness in the air?
I don't know what is going on, okay? I need time to think. Just give me some time to think.
Eve, the guy deceived you in the worst possible way with the worst possible person, and you're thinking about taking him back?
It's not that easy to just let go of someone you care about.
You don't have to tell me that. But Kevin is a jerk. How can you not be furious with this guy?
I am. What Kevin did was wrong.
That's a little better. You were starting to worry me.
Look, sometimes couples go through crisis. If Kevin came to me and begged me for my forgiveness, I would have to at least consider giving him a second chance, wouldn't I?
Who are you and what have you done with Eve Lambert?
I am Eve Lambert. Here, pinch me if you don't believe. Ow!
Okay, fine, you're you. But Kevin is definitely not Kevin.
Why? Because he cheated?
Exactly. It's out of character for him. Look, if I go off and cheat on someone, no one's gonna blink an eye. I mean, they expect me to be unfaithful, not Kevin.
Yeah, well, if you cheated on Julie, she'd cut your heart out.
I was
Literally.
referring to the past, thank you. It's before I found wedded bliss with the love of my life.
You better be careful. I'm almost starting to believe you on that one.
Eve, the point is, a goody-goody like Kevin is not going to cheat on his live-in girlfriend with his ex-lover unless he has sincere, deep feelings for that ex-lover.
Whoa. Kevin is not in love with Lucy.
Oh, Eve, open your eyes. He never got over Lucy. Look, I don't want to be cruel, but I want to protect you.
You don't need to protect me.
Okay, you're not hearing me. I said I want to protect you. So don't go off and reconcile with Kevin just yet, please.
I really wish you wouldn't worry about me so much.
I can't help it.
I'll be okay. I promise.
Well, you sound strong now. But I'm afraid Dr. Romantic is going to send you a dozen roses, and all will be forgiven.
I'm a lot tougher than you give me credit for. I am. Come on, I promise. I will not even consider going back to Kevin unless I am absolutely positive that he is not in love with Lucy Coe anymore, okay?
Okay. So where are you going to stay?
I don't know. I'll find a hotel somewhere.
Well, you know, your buddy Chris may have a better idea.
Really? Well, I can't stay here another night.
Why don't you move back in with me?
Think she's in control.
You're going to say 3 words. Guilty, your honor.
I'm going to change my plea. I'm not guilty, Your Honor.
But when her client turns the tables,
You're a pathetic excuse for a man. You're a pathetic excuse for a human being.
Nora may lose more than her case.
Drop the gun, Harris! I will kill her!
Don't miss One Life to Live. ABC Daytime.
Well, call me crazy. Call me a friend.
How about a crazy friend?
You're really having trouble with this concept of one friend being supportive of another, aren't you?
No, I'm not.
Well, as I recall, your idea of support for my marriage was locking me in a closet.
For your own good. How many times did I have to tell you that?
Till I get tired of reminding you.
Look, I really appreciate what you're trying to do for me. But I don't want your life to be disrupted just because my life is in a crisis.
Did it ever occur to you that I may have a selfish motive?
Uh-huh. There's the Chris Ramsey I know. Welcome back.
I miss our martini times. You know, a fridge full of olives without Eve Lambert. Not a fun picture.
Yeah, those were pretty fun times, weren't they?
Is that a yes?
Oh, gosh, let's see. Hotel room service, Chris Ramsey cooking. Room service, Ramsey cooking. Oh, you're cheaper. I accept.
Acceptance accepted.
I have one tiny question, though.
Shoot.
What will your new bride think of our living arrangements?
Rachel, it's Julie. Just wanted to let you know I haven't always been high on this therapy stuff, but what I learned today about my mother was amazing. Life-changing, even. Anyway, thanks. It means a lot to have someone want to help. That's it. Bye.
Enough darkness.
Well, if it isn't Martha Stewart in a sexy red dress.
I made dinner, Frank. It's no big deal.
You got that right, because the guy you went to all this trouble for is on call tonight.
You think you know me so well.
Well, I do. Every inch of you, Courtney, inside and out.
Well, your X-ray vision has busted Superman. I knew Joe was working tonight.
So, who's all this for?
You.
So, Eve, you're really going to move out?
Yeah, quicker than you can say palimony.
Don't you think we should talk about this
And
first?
she has nothing to say to you.
Why don't you let her decide then?
Look, get it through your head, Collins. She doesn't want any more to do with a dog like you.
Is that true?
Yes.
Better luck next time, Rover.
I think, you can take these back.
Eve, please, don't do this.
I don't have a home with you anymore, Kevin. As a matter of fact, I don't think I ever did.
The suitcase is gonna burst open if you don't take some clothes out of it.
You know what, pal? I'll cram everything in here with a trash compactor if I have to. As long as Eve doesn't have a reason to come back here.
What, are you afraid I'll convince her to forgive me?
But she's just vulnerable enough to listen.
I happen to love Eve.
Yeah, no. You know what you love? You love keeping your bed warm while you're waiting for Lucy to free herself up from Scott. You know, I knew you were twisted. I just never realized how much.
You don't have all the facts, so why don't you keep your mouth shut until you do?
Oh, facts. Let's see. First, you stalk Felicia Scorpio. Then you take the moral low road and you cheat on Eve. What other facts do I need?
All this from a man who marries a Ferncliff patient so he can get his hands on her money.
You know what? You don't understand the first thing about my marriage to Julie. The same way you never understood what you had in Eve.
Have.
No, I'm afraid not. She dumped you, pal. And I can't begin to tell you how relieved I am, because now I don't have to worry about you flipping out and doing God knows what to her.
Chris, knock it off! I don't ever want to hear you say anything like that to Kevin again.
Protecting the guy who cheated on you? What is that about?
Not bad.
Oh, don't kill yourself handing out compliments.
It's terrific. Thanks.
You're welcome.
I went by the hospital today. I checked on Neil. He looked a lot better than he had in a while.
You know, when he has a good day,
So do you. And when he has a bad one, you're right down there with him.
I feel everything he feels, his joy, his pain, his fear. It's like there's one heart beating between us. That sounds crazy, huh?
Not at all.
You know, before Neil got leukemia, I used to always wonder what was gonna happen next, where life would take me, and
Now?
I look at each day and I'm just really grateful for what's right in front of me. So, how's the job? I see you don't have any new cuts or bruises, so I guess that's a good sign.
You know, I never know whether to zing you with a comeback or kiss you.
Good. Then my strategy's working.
And what is your strategy, Courtney, and what does this dinner have to do with it?
You want to know my big dark secret? Hmm? I made you dinner tonight because I wanted to do something nice for you.
Right.
It's true, it's true. I figured helping me make a baby to save Neil's life deserved at least one hot meal.
But the only problem with that is that we're not sure that I got you pregnant.
Oh, well. We will be soon.
You picked one of those up and you haven't used it yet? What are you waiting for?
I've been busy.
Aren't you dying to find out? Is there some kind of a problem?
What if I'm not pregnant, huh? What if I just wished it because I'm so scared for Neil?
Then we'll try again. That isn't so terrible, is it?
No, I can think of worse things, I guess.
Hey, we're gonna make a baby. And he or she is going to save Neil's life. Count on it.
Okay.
So, what do you think about doing the test?
Can I wait till after dessert?
Sure, yeah.
Good.
What went through your mind when you found out that you were pregnant with Neil?
Gosh, lots of things.
Was one of them the night that we spent together in Venice?
Yeah.
It's weird to look back and think that that was the night Neil was conceived.
Yeah, it's funny how things worked out. You were in Venice to bring Joe home.
Because you blew him off for Canello's.
Well, I just tried to make Joe see that we wanted different things out of life, but Joe was too angry to listen.
I'm no fan of my brothers, but I can't blame a guy for being pissed when you make love with him and then tell him to get lost.
Look, I understood why Joe was upset, but the things that he said...
Made you run straight to me. What a better way to get even with him.
That's not why I came to you. I was upset with Joe, okay? But I needed to be with somebody who understood me.
And now? Regrets?
What, are you kidding? You were great in bed. And I got an incredible son out of the deal.
We got an incredible son. But yeah, I didn't get to go through the whole pregnancy thing. Did you gain 75 pounds, throw up every day, have cravings, what?
25 pounds. No. And yes, chocolate cream balls.
Oh, well, you must not have eaten very many if you only gained 25 pounds.
Oh, I couldn't get them in Greece. It was totally driving me crazy. And, well, we had this cook. And she must have made about 1,000 different chocolate cupcakes, but none of them were ever right. She got so mad, she said it would be cheaper and much less of a headache if we just moved the whole chocolate cream ball factory to Athens.
You know, I'm gonna have to take a rain check on this dessert.
Why, what's up?
Work.
And since when do you punch a time clock, huh?
Don't be mad. This was okay. You and me having dinner.
Still hanging around?
Now the scores for Matt Harmon and the ability to flat out blow someone off category. 9.0, 9.5. And from the American judge, a perfect 10.
Well, I wasn't blowing you off. I was ignoring you.
Well, you can call it whatever you want. You're still avoiding the subject of Ellen. Especially how much you miss her.
I'm not a discuss my feelings kind of guy. I mean, of course I miss Ellen, yes. But I'm not going to sit around all day crying about it.
So you're just going to bury yourself in work?
Well, I admit that I've been spending more time at the hospital. But I do other stuff, too.
Yeah? Like what?
Well, I lift weights. And I listen to Dr. Laura. Sometimes I do them at the same time.
So you're coping. You're fine.
I'm getting there.
These things weigh a ton. What do you have in here, a dead body? If so, I hope it's Kevin's.
That's not funny.
Hey, you know, they could go defending him again. Now, I want an answer why. I mean, this is ridiculous.
If it seems like I'm sticking up for Kevin, it's out of habit.
So you're not weakening, thinking about forgiving him?
As hard as this is, I have every intention of walking out that door.
I found your address book.
Thank you.
So what can I say to make you stay?
That you're moving out?
I know what I did was wrong.
Yeah, and selfish and stupid and unforgivable.
But if you just give me a chance to explain.
You had the opportunity to be with Lucy, and you took it. What else is there to explain?
I love you, Eve.
I really thought you did. But the truth is, you never got over Lucy. Your heart is still at the altar waiting to finish what you two started.
Come on, Eve.
Eve, please don't leave like this.
Why? Why is she gonna stay? So you can hurt her some more? Let's get out of here.
Eve, you have to believe me. Lucy and I are over with. We're through.
Oh, this is perfect. You know, next time you plan on lying to Eve's face like that, why don't you do it when your girlfriend's not on her way over?
I guess this would be categorized as bad timing, eh?
No, actually, Lucy, your timing is perfect. I just moved all my things out of the closet so you could move your tacky clothes back in with your tacky boyfriend.
Eve, you better control yourself because those melodramatic comments of yours make you look very tacky, and you're making a very icky situation that much more ickier.
You're right about one thing, Lucy. This is a very icky situation.
Well, that was a little bit more realistic of an act than I had really planned on.
Yes, I knew this game would be difficult to play, but it's starting to get a whole lot messier than I thought it would. Did you come over so Bordisso's people could see you here?
Yes, exactly. I thought that was a very good idea on my part. And I also thought it would be a very good idea if I spend the night.
I'm marrying your son.
You will live to regret it.
You will hear me become Mrs. Nicholas Cassidy.
Over my dead body.
What a perfect day for a wedding that will never take place.
Don't miss General Hospital on ABC Daytime.
I was right.
About what?
Joe,
You hoping for somebody else?
No, of course not.
So what were you right about?
About being pregnant.
Are you saying you are?
Well, according to the pregnancy test I just took, yeah.
No way! That's great! Oh, that's terrific! Oh, my God. I mean, for Neil, that's especially.
Yeah,
No,
right,
I didn't
for Neil.
mean to...
No, Joe, it's okay. We didn't exactly conceive this child in the usual way for the usual reasons.
Hey, making a brother or sister for Neil is a great reason. It gives him someone to grow up with and depend on and boss around. And it gives us a chance to save his life. And that's a great reason to celebrate, and you know it.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, good job.
What is?
Frank, guess what? We're pregnant.
Congratulations. I know how important making this baby is to you.
Thanks.
To all of us.
Yeah.
What's in the bag?
Oh, I thought you might want some of these.
Chocolate green balls. Thank you.
No big deal.
Oh, I want to call Dr. Newman, set up an appointment tomorrow for a blood test to confirm this, okay? Her number's in the other room.
Yeah, I have a few appointments, so let me get my calendar and I'll see what I can do, okay?
Okay, all right.
Ginny.
It's Matt. Hey. How's the ER situation down there? You guys need an extra hand? Well, listen, tell the attending that I'm available if anything comes up, okay? No, I'm not on duty. I just want to help out if I can. Okay? All right. Thanks. Bye-bye.
The Intercontinental Heavyweight Boxing title is on the line tonight in Vegas.
This mattress. Skulls?
What clues are there?
Have brought knife with which crime was committed, carefully wrapped in silk handkerchief to preserve fingerprints.
Well, what do you think? Do I still have the touch?
When it comes to martinis, you're my main man.
But when it comes to everything else, it's still Kevin, isn't it?
Why can't I stop thinking about him?
I don't know. Especially since Lucy showed up to have another role on the head-shrinking couch.
It could have been for another reason, you know.
Oh, right. Like she was there to watch the Metropolitan's production of Don Giovanni on the Opera Channel.
You really hate Kevin, don't you?
Look, I know that you guys had some good times together, but you were right about what you said before. I mean, clearly, the only woman for Kevin is Lucy. Anyone can see it.
And did you see it? Back over at the lighthouse, you know? Did you see that?
Well, I'd love to tell you I didn't, but I don't know. Every time those two are together, they have some sort of connection. I've always felt it.
Even when Kevin and I were together?
Eve, no matter what Kevin says about being over Lucy, they share something. Like some sort of business that's never been finished.
Okay.
Thank you for the pajamas. You know, that's the one thing I forgot. PJs.
Say no more. So, where would you like to sleep? Serena's old room? Victor's?
Oh, well, if you don't mind, I'd like to actually sleep on the couch right here in this room.
Well, of course you would. You always said this room had the best vibes in the house. Yeah. Seems like it was only yesterday, sometimes, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, and then I think about Scott, you know, and the girls, and we went through so much together, you and I. Sometimes we seems a long time ago.
Well, you finally got what you wanted. You finally got your family.
Yeah. Boy, I sure did go on and on about that subject right here in this very spot.
Well, I should get you another blanket. I know the vibes are great in this room, but the heat isn't so good.
Doc, no, really, don't bother. It's okay. You know, if I get cold, I'll just turn the heat up.
Well, the thermostat is... I know. You know
right.
where the thermostat is.
Yeah, I could find that thermostat with my eyes closed.
I know. I'm gonna turn in.
Okay. Sweet dreams.
You too. Lights out.
Night.